listening to a QLB Media Group podcast.
Really, asshole.
On you?
Hold on, I ain't even in there. Cannot stand you. Well, hello, world, friends, fellow Torians. It's our season. How is everyone? We want to welcome you all back to episode 12 of We Just Talkin' Ish. How is everyone? How has everyone's week been?
Last week was a very busy week, but whatever. This is my birthday week. Mother's Day kicked it off, so it's all about me. I've told everybody, if you calling me, if it ain't about me, we not talking.
So
Point blank and the period.
So since we're time stamping this, this is your birthday week, but when this episode is heard, her birthday would have been passed already.
Yeah, we know. You was going to let me get to that because I did the same preemptive thing for y'all last week.
Go
yes,
ahead.
I was. When I did it for y'all last week, I said that you guys' birthdays were coming up, but you wouldn't see it on the episode because it would have already been passed. So you didn't let me finish. You interrupted me talking about how my week has been and how it's going to be. But ladies and gentlemen, when you listen to this on May 16th, I'll still be celebrating actually. But my birthday would have been the day before. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to a great week. Quentin, how was your week? How was your birthday?
Yeah.
On Mother's Day. You didn't even post for yourself.
I know. I was busy.
Oh, Lord.
How many humps you count yesterday?
I was at the Lord's house being holy.
Repenting.
For everything that you have heard thus far, I was repenting.
And for what you gonna say tonight.
But my birthday was fantastic. No complaints.
Good.
Whatsoever.
That is very good. I'm very proud of you for holding back on your birthday.
Holding back what? Them cheeks.
You said you were being holy.
Ooh,
I cannot.
That's what my knee felt like. Fire.
Told you about that daggone knee. Now, I do have one thing I need to do. And that is, I need to shout out my friend Tanya Robinson. She has been watching us since the very first podcast, season 1. And she listens avidly. And she almost loses her job avidly for laughing while she's listening to it at work.
Well, so that's definitely what I want. I want everybody to lose their jobs. Laughing at this podcast.
Yep. I got a friend too who says she can't listen at work anymore. And she listened 2 years ago to every episode, and she's been listening to everyone. And she said, I had to stop listening at work because people thought I was crying or something was wrong. I was having an asthma attack or something at my desk trying to keep from laughing. So I cannot listen to y'all at work. So we love it.
Yes. And Tanya, I told you I was going to shout you out. I'm shouting you out now. I love you, boo. That's my friend. Okay. So, episode 12. We are talking about alpha males and beta males. Y'all just don't know how I've been wanting to talk about these for the longest. I am ready. Some of y'all gonna like me, some of y'all gonna hate me, but hey, I don't give a damn either way it go. Now, we are going to start off. I am going to do the right thing. And we're going to start off and talk and give our respects to Kevin Samuels' family, the recent alpha male himself. His views were not very popular amongst the black women, not very popular amongst some men as well, but he was very popular amongst some. He just recently passed. Again, we give our condolences to his family. Yeah, his views were not very much some. And to be honest with you, I can say I never listened to his podcast.
Me either.
The reason being is because I felt as though from what the things that I did hear, he wasn't talking to me. So it wasn't something I needed to listen to.
One.
So the thing about it is, I know a lot of people say, well, he was talking this and he was saying that. I'm like, well, baby, why are you so much in an uproar if he was not talking about you? If he ain't talking about you, why you mad? Because baby, you can't hurt my feelings if you ain't talking about me. And you can't hurt my feelings when you talk about me because I know me. But, and then, to the rumors of his death, of him being with a woman that he described was not the type of woman that he should have been with, that he also died broke.
She was fine, though.
She was sexy as hell. I ain't gonna lie. She was sexy. But from his viewing, she was obese. She was obese and she wasn't all that. She was a nice looking woman to me. I would, smack that ass myself.
He died getting the nut. So
that's what I'm saying. He still died
good
happily.
way to go.
So, he died on top of me. That was how it was. So we give our respect.
When I get my face written, I tell her, if something happens to me, tell my mother I could have been a better son.
Whatever.
Because you can go while getting them humps in on the camel. You can go.
Go get one hump or two.
I'm hoping he got a bunch of humps in before that kicked in and he kicked the bucket. But
the rumor is also that he died broke, and he was talking about all these things, which leads us into what he considered high value men. What is it? According to the Urban Dictionary, a high value man,
not urban,
or HVM,
come on now,
is a man that is seen as highly valuable, whether to society or in a relationship, romantic, familiar, friendship, to the opposite sex. So, in my opinion, according to the woman, will determine if he's high value or not, if it's according to the opposite sex. So what I may consider to be high value can be different from the next woman.
Exactly.
So men, high value does not equate to your pockets all the time. It's according to, it says specifically, according to the opposite sex.
Now, remind you that Urban Dictionary is definitions made up from users like you and I.
And Kevin Samuel. So here we go. Since they want to go on it, that's what we're going to go with, because it ain't in the Webster's Dictionary.
Black people come up with terms and other black people give definitions to those terms.
Right.
As we found out with Push
as it
and
applies
Pete.
to their life or whatever the case may be.
True. So that is, when it comes to high value men, it's according to the woman. So if her value is, say, right there at drug dealer status, that's her high value. Mm-hmm. If her high value is CEO of a company, that's her high value. If her high value is just a regular man who is protecting, loving, caring, that is her value in that man. So the value is not placed on your pockets or who you or just that. It's about who you are. So understand that, men. High value does not equate to your pockets and your schlong.
Long, 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 long.
It's according to that woman. So now we've been trying to figure out, is this a real thing or is this just male hype? Now, that would take us back to what is an alpha male and what is a beta male. According to the dictionary, a alpha male is the dominant male animal in a particular group, also a man tending to assume a dominant or domineering role in social or professional situations.
Is that Urban or Webster?
That is Webster.
Okay, come on, Webby.
Okay, and then for a beta male, it's a subordinate male animal in a particular group.
That's
also,
subordinate.
That's what it says. A male tending to assume a passive or subservient role in social or professional situations. So, Is this a real thing or is it a male hype thing? What do you guys think?
Well, first of all, I feel like it's more of a female hyping up thing than a male thing. Me. And then you miss the subcategory, beta males that parade around like they're alpha males.
Somebody once told you they wanted to see your pretty lips more because you, and every other episode, you got that mic right in front of your face. Now it's off to the side there, Patria.
My lips are pretty and the people see them whether they want. But the reason why I have the mic to the side is what I said before we got off camera so my go-grease can show. So let's get back to the conversation.
I tried to, make it. We don't care about this shirt. We want to see that pretty face.
You can see my face when you're supposed to see my face.
Now when it's like this.
You know
ahead.
what?
What
Anyway,
saying?
we were talking.
Don't do that.
It's better than me saying something else because a couple of us was coming to the front, so I'm trying to keep them to the back.
Yeah, I stay in the back.
Yeah, a couple of them was
My
about
bad.
to
I
rush
got
up.
sidetracked. I was just wondering. Go
So
ahead.
clearly, my pretty lips doing something to you tonight. That's what the real thing is. You just say that. You just say that. Back to the conversation that had.
God.
Hallelujah. So I think that the whole alpha male, beta male, and my favorite category of men, beta males trying to be alpha males, it's bullshit. Like just stay in your lane and don't swerve. Like whatever that looks like, and find your tribe and do you in that spot and stop trying to do something else. Because you have men who prefer to serve and they can still protect and provide and do the things that quote unquote that they say a man is supposed to do without always sticking his chest out when he walks in the room. Then you have other men who run their mouth, gotta be seen, gotta be loud, gotta be flashy, that's putting on like they're alpha, but they really just want some attention because they're extra insecure. Then you got the true alpha male that knows how to roar when he needs to roar and is chill, don't have to prove himself, his money straight, his family straight, and he ain't got to say nothing about it. It just is what it is because you can watch how his family moves around him, how his friends move around him, how his woman moves around him, how his kids move around him. So all the other shit is bullshit. I'm going to call it out anyway when I see it. I know what an alpha beta, fake alpha beta look like when they roll up on me.
And eels. Okay. What about you, Q?
What about me, Q? What?
What you think? Damn, that's what the podcast is about.
Yeah.
Well, look, I've never considered myself alpha male or a beta male because I just never studied that thereof. So I guess I'm a Charlie male.
I'm scared to ask, but what the hell is that?
That's the C after the A and the B. That's alpha beta.
Okay. So,
Charlie Delta.
I'll
Charlie
put it on
Delta.
Urban Dictionary and come up with my own definition for it.
well, okay.
He said he's category C, so you're a blend of the two, Q, basically.
I can be.
And that's a real thing.
And that's fair. That's fair.
Now, I'm going to say, I'm glad you kind of said that because in the social sexual hierarchy, there is a omega, which is the bottom level, which I always thought, from according to the Bible, alpha and omega was supposed to be the top. But okay.
Alpha is the beginning, omega is the end.
Okay.
That's why.
Okay. So omega's at the bottom, gamma, then delta, then beta, then alpha. So, now, just for y'all to understand, I got most of this information off of Google, but I did a deep dive. And Lord have mercy, I had to swim myself way up out of that bullshit. So, this term actually derived from a American biologist and author named Dave Meach. And
Is he related to Big Meech?
Nah, he ain't relate to him at all, baby. He ain't relate to him at all.
BML.
But he, the thing is that men took on this alpha male, beta male thing when this man was talking about some damn wolves. in the way they
In the pack. Yep.
in the pack. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's like,
But it's the same.
no, it's not.
You have an alpha
Because-
in the pack. You
Hold
have an
on.
alpha lion.
Hold on, sweetheart. Let me finish. So,
Sweet.
he says that he believed that the alpha wolves achieved the position of top dog by aggressively competing with other wolves. Now, that's animalistic. Are we supposed to be animalistic all the time? Okay, anyway. But he later recanted this because, yes, he recanted all of this because it turns out that the pack leading wolves in the wild didn't achieve the alpha position through aggression and violence. That's just man bullshit. But they achieved it by mating, fathering cubs. Let me repeat that. Fathering cubs and starting a family of their own.
Okay.
See, that's called man shit. That's called some real being a man shit. My bad. No, it ain't. That's what's called some man shit. That's what it is. This crap that y'all talking about being an alpha and beta male, that's some bullshit y'all came up with to play swords fight. That's a sword fight between men. That's all the alpha and beta is. Sword fight between men. Now they say that these supposed to be, the way of the world, how it's supposed to be. If that's the case, and if y'all real true alphas, why do we have fatherless cubs out here?
That's a valid point. But even within,
Why do we have single mothers?
Even within that,
Whole another podcast,
right? Because even within that, women have to be honest about what they attract and what they accept, because you either can speak to the fool in a man or the king in a man. And so you have to stop as a woman to look in the mirror to see, okay, if this man really wants to come here and be with me or conquer me or whatever his plan is, he's going to have to come right or not come at all. And so it takes 2 or 3 or whatever in that group to identify. Because if you a self-proclaimed alpha male, but ain't nobody following it, if you a self-proclaimed man, but you have no evidence, then you just talking some bullshit and like, you hype on your own hype. Like it's not even that.
But that comes with the wannabe alpha males, the fake
company.
But women have a messed up definition of that. I'm letting you go. I'm sorry. I was just getting that last part out.
Kind of like when I used to work at the company that I work for now, and they used to work in the warehouse. We had this guy in there that always used to boast when we would get into serious conversations about how he is an alpha male all the goddamn time. Like when we get into it, that would be his go-to. To like, as if that was like drop mic situation, drop bombs on whatever he's saying. That he was an alpha and we was and everybody else in the goddamn warehouse was a bunch of betas.
But he worked in the warehouse. Anyway.
Right. And that how he was an alpha, that's the reason why he wants an alpha woman. And I'm probably skipping her.
No. Go ahead.
Nah, say what you're gonna say.
How he wanted an alpha woman and that he didn't want nothing, no less. So that means she had to have her credit together. She had to have this, that, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I was like, bro, you working here with us. You don't even have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, bruh. So,
you ain't got 1 and 2. You ain't got 1, 2, and 3.
But you want her to have that, and like, no, bro. Like, come on. Kill that noise,
that's
man.
That's the
in that
fake
category that I was talking about.
The
beta
fake
males parading around like they are alpha males because they're the loudest ones in the situation. Because true beta males, there's nothing wrong with the true beta male because they believe in servant leadership. They recognize where their strengths.
He'd be considered a delta or a gamma.
A delta or gamma, and it's the type of male who is fine with serving.
No. See, that's the thing. One of the traits of a beta male several of the traits of beta male are they are loyal, they value leadership, they are popular with women, and they are usually friendly and well-liked. They are confident with their place in the hierarchy.
Right.
Now, the other thing that I found out about betas that I kind of had to side eye. Betas are said to derive fulfillment, validation, and satisfaction from serving their alpha faithfully.
And in the relationship, that could be their woman, and she could be the alpha female in that situation, or it could be their closest homeboy, their oldest brother, their father, whatever that looks like. And the thing about that is what I said earlier. You stay in your lane and you play your position. Like, we got basketball going on tonight. It's 5 players. Don't none of them play the same position. If everybody play their position and do what they're supposed to do, guess what? The team is going to win, whatever that looks like. And that's just what it is.
Yeah, because that fulfills their purpose. And they tend to believe not only in the alpha himself, but also in his mission.
Mm-hmm.
They usually share the same ideals, but more often they are drawn to those ideals because they believe in the alpha and will follow him wherever he chooses to lead them.
Mm-hmm.
As long as they are recognized and given credit for their loyalty and devotion.
Mm-hmm.
So betas are not weak as they want to make them sound like.
Nope.
Betas are not feminine.
Mm-hmm.
They are very much a counterpart to that alpha. Stop it. Because with the alpha traits, they are supposed to be keenly aware of status. They tend to be good looking. They are effective leaders and exist at the top of their status. They are confident. They are extroverted. They are visionary. They are successful with women, and they don't shy away from conflict. Now, the other thing about alpha males is this, and y'all need to understand this, men. If you're a true alpha, you don't ever have to tell a motherfucker you are alpha.
Boom! Mic drop. Episode over.
All right, where's the stop button?
You don't
That's
ever
why
have
I
to
said what I
tell
said.
a
You'll
person
know.
you are an alpha. You don't have to project it. You don't have to say it. Because when you walk in the room, baby, trust and believe, because I'm an alpha woman. When you walk in the room, the world stops.
Yeah.
They notice.
You have a
They
presence.
watch your swagger. They watch how you move. They watch it. And everything about them says, God damn, that's a man that I want. Now.
That's what
If
they say
you
about
walk
you
in-
when you walk in the room.
Oh, hell yeah. They say I'm that woman that they want. Sure do. They sure do.
The
They
point
sure
she's
do.
making is that they have a
Big
presence. They have a commanding
commanding
presence.
Very much so.
And you watch, like I said earlier, who they affiliated with. Everybody gets in line. With
And the
a
thing
look,
about that
with a
is
touch. It just naturally happens.
And with the alpha, everybody ain't got access to them.
Boom. Another mic drop. Fire.
Everybody ain't got access to an alpha because he
since
does
you brought
not
up the alpha woman, though, she will back down
to the
a real
right
alpha male.
For a real alpha male. So that saying that 2 alphas can't get together is a load of bullshit. Because 2 alphas get together, baby, trust and believe. That's a power couple.
One knows when to shift down to another role for whatever situation it is without their ego feeling some type of way, without them feeling insecure. They recognize the situation because both of them are winners. Both of them are go-getters. So they recognize the power in the other person, and they recognize when, okay, I'm going to let my partner handle this. And they know how to step back and interchange those roles without a big ego fight or feeling insecure because they know what's up. If I ain't got it, my partner got it.
Thank you.
It's friendship, this and whatever.
And the thing about it is, that's called a real relationship for the simple fact that they know that, okay, I'm not my strongest in this, but my partner is. So my partner gonna have this, and I ain't got to worry about it because I know they got this. It's that confidence in themselves and that confidence in their partner. So yes, 2 alphas can get together and make
confident in their choices. Confident in their choices, period. And then too, you can have 2 alphas, but if they don't know how to create an environment for their person to thrive in their masculinity or their person to thrive in their femininity, then you have a power struggle. You have a man in a situation where he needs to step back, but his ego is so bold, he's not able to really see that my partner may have a better answer or a better approach. Let me just kind of bag back, and it's not saying anything about my ability or my ego or anything. Let me bag back and do that. Or a woman has to know when to just hush and say, okay. And I noticed another thing about real alpha men, they're not finna argue with nobody. Even if they wrong, they'll say, okay, and they'll wait till the emotions are removed from the situation to have a real conversation to solve the problem. An alpha ain't finna argue with nobody. They're gonna say, okay, and just kind of step away. They're not finna go back and forth because their ego is not bothered. Their insecurity ain't triggered. So they ain't got to do all that. They can step away from the situation and let it play out and come back and be like, either I told you so or you right, I was wrong.
And it goes back to something, I sent y'all about some days ago or whatever that somebody had posted in regards to the masculine and feminine. And men saying, about women being so masculine, especially Black women.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things is that we live within our masculine because not because we choose to, but because we have to.
Yep.
We have to take care of ourselves. We have to protect ourselves. We have to move in a way that is always guarded.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have been let down some of us have been let down from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm. Not protected by our dads, grandfathers, brothers, whatever. Definitely.
Yes. We have not been protected. So this goes all the way to that. So we it's not that our mothers trained us. It's because we've had to protect ourselves from these same men that swear for God we don't want them. No, we've had to protect ourselves from you because the ones that we were supposed to be trusting to, we put our trust into, such as daddy, uncles, brothers, cousins, those people all made us lose that trust in you guys. Mm-hmm. So we are trying to build that. But at the same time, we got men on the regular street that we have to protect ourselves from. Mm-hmm. Just somebody, we never know. We have to smile when somebody's almost being disrespectful at times, just to die the situation down.
Mm-hmm. To protect ourselves. There was a post on Facebook that went viral a couple months ago, and it was talking about how Black women had to do that for each other in certain social situations. There was this lady, she made a post, and she was like, she was on the aisle at Walgreens, and it was 2 other Black women on the aisle too. None of them knew of each other, so there's 3 Black women. There was a Black guy that walked up, and he approached one of the girls and was like, "Hey, you're really beautiful. My name is whatever. Can I have your number?" And she said, "Thank you so much for the compliment, but no, I'm okay. I'm not going to give you my number." And so he continues to try to pursue her to the point where it got uncomfortable, and she was trying to play cool, and he was getting more and more aggressive, trying to understand why she turned him down. He spoke politely. She turned him down politely, but he didn't take their rejection well. So he was just kind of like, I'm trying to talk to you. I came to you respectfully, and she was like, I get that, but I still said no, and I have the right to say no. So it was getting awkward. So the other Black lady said she looked at the other lady on the aisle, and they looked at each other, and it was like an understanding thing. And then one of the ladies was like, "Hey, you ready to go to the next aisle?" And the other girl looked at them and was kind of like, "Yeah, I'm ready." And so the guy kind of backed off and left her alone, because there have been so many stories about women being followed out of stores and kidnapped and knocked over the head and all of this kind of stuff for rejection. So there were no other men around. So immediately their protecting thing kicked in on that level. But I can say, like, I went to the beauty supply store the other day. It was 4 women walking in and 1 dude. The 1 dude walked in first and then looked back like, "Y'all coming in?" And we just kind of just looked at each other and just kind of walked in. Like, the environment for us to just be feminine in a
does
whole,
not exist.
It doesn't exist. I'm blessed to have like male friends, and like my uncle, like I can call, and they try to do too much. So sometimes I don't even want to call them because they want to go too far. But there are so many, that just the environment for men to allow space for us to flourish in femininity, it doesn't exist. And then too, when you have men that are kind and know how that works, we have women that are so hardened either from the jump or from previous situations that don't know when to soften up too. So it happens both ways. And I just think that both sides have struggled in creating space for the femininity and the masculinity to really thrive based on how we were brought up, with or without one or the other parent, or really rocky home with both parents, and choices from other people we decided to date who just didn't learn, or who've gotten bittered and hardened from their experiences, where it's just across the board, we don't allow each other to thrive in their natural energy anymore, period.
Well, I also learned something the other day, looking at TikTok and doing some more research. Shut up, Q. So one of the things that has been a learned behavior is the fact that this is something, a part of this right here is us not being able to live in our femininity and the masculinity that we have to take on, goes all the way back to slavery. Mm-hmm. It goes back to then, because so many times when they realized that we were creating families, that we were loving each other, and that we would, being within this group, they separated us.
Mm-hmm.
So when they separated us, to be able to, we couldn't show each other love. We had to stop showing each other love. We had to stop acting like we cared about each other so that we could stay with each other. So I believe in a sense, and not in a sense, but part of that has gone into now. All of that learned behavior from way back then has come into the forefront still. We are still not to the point where we really don't show each other the love that we should show each other. Where we really aren't giving each other the love and protection and allowing the women to be within their femininity. Like I was saying about that post, the woman was saying we want to be in our femininity. We want to, don't just look at a woman and say, oh, I love her because she's so independent and she's so strong and she showed this. Look at her and say, damn, how can I take some of that pressure off her? How can I allow her to be the female with that version of her instead of this masculine version of her? And some people responded in this post, and it went right over their head, just right over their damn heads. Because now y'all want us to be feminine. Now that y'all done had these, what did he say? Y'all had y'all hot girl summers. Now you find out your hot girl summers leave you with lonely winters. Mind you, this came from the nigga who ride the bus. I forever be lonely in my car as I drive past you on the bus at the bus stop. But anyway, yeah, another I'm an alpha male. Boy, bye. Anyway, not my type of value. It's a little low budget value for me.
I was waiting on you to do this later.
Anyway. But yes, we want to. Don't get it twisted, man. We want to be in our femininity. But as long as you guys do not protect us, as long as we have to worry about our safety with you because of so many things that have gone on, so many things that go on. There was a young lady who rejected a young man and he shot her in the face.
Yep.
These are the things that we have to be concerned with just by telling y'all asses no. Like your mama didn't tell you no.
She probably didn't.
Told your ass no many times. You ain't get
she probably won't pay him no attention, focused on her bootleg alpha beta hybrid fake man. And so she wasn't even showing her kids no attention regardless. So they lost respect of women back then, because mamas got to consider what they let their kids see too, because they're setting up a whole relationship dynamic as well. If you watching your mama bring this guy in, let your daddy come back in when he want to. She dating this guy, she dating that guy, and ain't none of them treating her right. Like, you're teaching your sons and your daughters a certain standard, and that's how you keep perpetuating a certain cycle. Like, you cannot do that at all.
That's true.
Like, I have felt unprotected from men that I have been involved with for a long time. Now, y'all favorite person, Big Daddy, he was a hybrid, but he would use his alpha status as a source of manipulation. Like, he would want to come in and protect when it was convenient for him. So he would kind of like throw a dice. And like, if he know he kind of been acting funny and distant for the week, he'll call and be like, what's going on? What you need? You had any problems this week? Tell me about your week. And so he'll decide, if I decide to divulge that, what problem he wants to fix to make himself relevant in that moment. So he feels like he's coming to the rescue and protecting me. But if I called him, sometimes he wasn't available when I needed him to be. Or he just wasn't a constant presence. He would go in and out of being present and being willing to protect, to ghosting and doing whatever he wants to do, and he used it as a manipulation tactic just to make himself stay relevant. So you have to be aware of that, because some men know their power and they use it for their benefit and not for a true benefit. So he was a person that manipulated that, protecting and allowing my femininity to thrive when it benefited him. It wasn't a constant habitual thing. So I survived it once I realized all of it.
Now, we do have to talk about some of the good points of alpha males and beta males. And Q, why are you looking like that?
Because he already said this was out of his depth. So he was just going to kind of be listening and chiming in when he could, because he was like, I don't know nothing about this. He really don't like this conversation.
Why?
He really doesn't like it. We're not gonna talk about it on camera, but he really don't like this conversation. But he said he wanted to listen and hear our thoughts about it because
we could talk about it right here. So I got someone I care about watched had made a comment from last week's episode with our special guest KL and had pinpointed that you two were acting different on the show because of the extra testosterone in the Zoom room. And I noticed it too, so don't even be making them faces. In the Zoom room, because our guest was an alpha male. And then she tried to tell me that I was a beta male. And from readings from the knowledge that I knew before this episode, the knowledge that I had on alpha beta, who wants to be a beta? Who wants to be B? C, D, E, F, G, H. Who wants to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? They want to be
especially
one.
Coming from a person that you care about. And now you're like, oh, this is how you view me?
And now that's how she viewed me. But like I said earlier, I never even just looked at it if I'm an alpha or a beta because I never just dove into that.
Because you were confident in yourself.
He was in his own lane.
I'm a C.
Baby, you.
But when you said
we're gonna
that,
talk about
but
that.
when you said a B can be an A, that's why I'm saying I'm a C because an A can be a B, and I can be either one of those depending on
the situation.
The
situation.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna dive into that.
So when I made the post on Facebook and y'all tried to turn this into an episode, I had already tuned out then. I said, "Oh, look at these funny co-hosts here." So
but I apologize if you felt like I
reason why
acted
I'm
different.
looking like this is because I'm learning. I'm listening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not every episode we do has to be funny.
It doesn't.
Nah, I mean, we're going to insert some funny
just-
in there because I think all three of us are hilarious as fuck. So it's going to be funny anyway, somewhere. But we are dropping a lot of knowledge. And there may be a lot more people out there that don't know about all of this or know about it but didn't know like the technical terms and how it's broken down. So it is a lot of information. It's some stuff that I instinctually knew, but you actually putting like the terms to it, Rose, and like the actual definitions, it's helping me too.
Well, it helped me a lot. I ain't gonna even lie, because this alpha male thing, I was already like the first time I hear dudes say that, I'm like, just like,
get away from me.
Choke your little ass. Get your little ass. And it's usually a little short, something bad. But anyway,
I was gonna try to keep that comment to myself because
Napoleon complex.
Very much so. And I make the comment now, I'd be like, you got to be bigger than my sons to approach me.
Girl, let me tell you what happened at Goodwill.
You got to be bigger than my kids. Or bigger than they projected to be because they still growing.
This little dude comes over. I was picking up a rug taller than me now. He gonna come over. Thank you. I'm 5'8". The rug is big. So he gonna say, after I pulled the rug out, I could have helped you with that. How? How, sir?
I'm bigger than you.
This rug would have knocked your ass down. Sit down somewhere.
I got a story about that.
Hold on. So he keeps on here. He tries to talk to me, right? And he was like, you think I can get your number? My digit's taller than you. No, sir, I'm good. You stack my damn number up beside you, it's gonna be taller than you.
I said my numbers are bigger than you.
I just was like, I don't understand. I'm like, sir, in my flip-flops, I'm looking down. No, sir. You cannot. You got to be this tall to ride this ride. Sorry. Oh, that's my favorite line. I'll tell you in a minute, babe. You got to be this tall to ride this ride.
I say that too.
This is amusement.
It ain't even about
laying down and everybody's the same
No,
height.
it's not. No, it's not.
Well,
no, it's not.
Not in my case.
Because when
Not
your
in my
feet
case.
playing with my kneecaps, that is not the same size, sir.
Not in my
if
case.
You on your
Q.
back and he between your legs, he can get it in there.
Sir.
And he can't reach it if we standing on the side of the bed. I like to stand on the side of the bed.
Not in my
Lean
case.
over.
Man,
I'm
stop it.
5'5". I'm 5'5", but I'm built forward tough. My thighs will crush you.
Hell yeah.
But see,
you got to be able to part the back of me, and you
No,
got to
but see, I
have
saw a
big
video.
enough hands and a
I saw-
grip
I saw
to
a
be able to
video.
open that up and hold
I
it open
saw
to
a
do what needs
video.
to be done.
I saw a video and the dude said if that happens, you get your leg up and you plant it right there. And you get in there like that, you plant it right there. I'm sorry, YouTube. Don't flag us. Plant it right there. Lock that knee in.
I'm trying to keep us from getting
Lock that.
They saw him for a second, but we put the box back.
Lock that. He said,
screen.
lock that leg in. And he gave the demonstration. When that ass is jiggly, you got to get that leg up, lock it in. Lock it in.
I don't have no problem with that. And
I'm
he
sorry.
also, I don't have no problem in that, but also he's
Ooh, that
6'1". So I found out.
I'm not
some
gonna walk
Skechers?
around looking like the Amazon
You
in the
can
fucking
get some
music.
Skechers, Rosa. The Skechers
give a
heels be
fuck.
like this.
I don't
Air
need
Force
him.
Ones
I
are
don't
like
need
that
him
too.
to wear heels with me. I
But
don't need him wearing heels.
He could
with
put
me.
lifts inside his shoes
Steps
too.
He
I
can
know
lift his
somebody do
ass
that.
to somebody who wants to be with him.
Steps
Lift your
to
ass.
shit.
I don't need no fuck around and have an accident. My insurance is not paying for that. Get away from me. Get away from me.
It's funny now. It wasn't funny when it was said, but I'm built for it tough. Yes, I'm 5'5", but I am solid as a rock, and I am.
Yes,
my son
you
say I'm
are.
strong as a middle school boy because I still can flip him, and he 5'10", 189 pounds, and he's 14. But-
As a rock.
Very much so. So my ex-husband, we were arguing, and he brought out the fool in me because I kind of like to physically fight him or get up in his face when we were arguing, which is not a good thing. I do not recommend. I was also young, guys. This is over 10 years ago. But anyway, one night we were arguing and it was getting physical, and he hauls off and says, "Quit playing before I call the police, because they're going to take whoever weigh the most to jail and you going." But we actually weighed the same thing. It hurt my feelings when it happened. But I need somebody that weigh what I weigh. They just need to be taller than me. I ain't gonna say how much I weigh, but I'm heavy. I'm heavy.
Fellas,
That ass
put
is
that
heavy.
leg up. Yeah, right,
heavy.
because the jet ski.
See,
Fellas, put that
y'all
leg up
thick shaming
and
me.
lock it in.
quit thick
Don't
shaming
let
me
the
on this
big
here
booties
show.
Baby,
scare
ain't no
you.
shame over there. Ain't no
If you gotta
shame
get
over
like
there.
a rope and tie it around them to lock you in.
A tie,
Ain't
a
nobody
necktie
finna be
works.
acting like no damn rodeo
You
in this
one of those-
fucking his little ass.
A
and he gonna
necktie rope, or that I put my hands, flip my hands behind my back, and you can use my hands. But I know I wear waist beads too, the ones with the thread, no snap fast. So I mean, it's ways. I add two. If there are twos and there are ways, I don't have a problem with that though, cause he's 6'1". So you know, I mean, he good.
Your ass better be taller than 6 feet to fuck with me.
Yeah, got to be. I've tried some 5'9"ers.
I'll go for a 5'9" every now and then, but your attitude better be good, because boy, I will tell you in a minute, do not talk to me until you can grow.
I just told you my 14-year-old is 5'10", so I can't even have no 5'9"ers no more.
Baby, my 18-year-old is 6'5". My 25, well, he'll be 25 on the 19th.
Long
is
as this is
6
just,
feet.
is just giving you all that, he could be 4'2".
No, because my
gonna even-
10-year-old,
Hell no,
my
4'2".
10-year-old is 5'2".
My 13-year-old is 5'1", and she likes to play with bats. She will
Look,
beat his ass.
Look,
No,
my
we're not
10-year-old
gonna do
bigger than her 13-year-old. No, I got
No.
to have. You got to be grown and solid and tall around here.
that. Baby, you got to be able to fight, and not crawl, crawl away, or slide through people's legs and shit. That's how you gonna get away, because you running through the legs. Yeah, that's the only way you gonna get away.
Because I'll lock you down myself. You got to be
Hey,
able to get
little
me off
man.
you.
David
I'm sorry. We
fought
like you. We
Goliath.
love you. We love you, young men. You little short men. Just stay away from us.
David fought Goliath just fine.
Well, my
that's
thighs
fine,
are
but
two
the
Goliaths.
Amazons.
My thighs are 2 Goliaths,
Lock
not one but 2. David
that
fought 1
leg
Goliath.
in,
I got 2.
fellas.
I refuse to walk around looking like the Amazon and the midget. I'm not doing it. This is not that.
You know,
Anyway, so
Not the
the
bounce though,
benefits
and it
of
caught that
dating
too.
an alpha.
Give me a kiss. This is forehead. This you wrote.
My thing is this, if I get to arguing with somebody little than me, I'm be like, shut your ass up. Shut up. I'm be popping his ass to the top of his head. Get your little ass somewhere and sit down. Who you talking to? Let me get my bill. No, we can't do all that. Mm-mm.
Shut up with your darling.
I gotta pick his ass up to kiss him. No. I'm not doing it.
Watch your soulmate be short.
He can only kiss me. He can only kiss.
Soulmate 5'6".
Yes, 5'6".
Baby, we will never find each other.
He gonna be right under your boob, like.
No. No. I can't do it.
Rose, I love you.
Come on, let's.
So the benefits, there are many benefits of dating an alpha male, and there's also benefits of dating a beta male.
Totally left.
It's your fault. Alpha male, you led us here. You led us right here, Charlie male.
Your leadership skills, sir.
Led us down a freaky path once again.
We almost made it. We almost made it, but fellas, leg up and lock it in.
He not lying though. That is the move.
It is. I ain't gonna lie. But you got to be tall enough to do it.
Yeah, he's 6'1" doing it, and I be submitting. I can't wait to submit this weekend. Happy birthday to me.
Moving on.
As we stated, there are benefits to dating alpha males. And as we stated earlier, alpha males are confident. They are also known to not be the type to kind of settle down, and they're not going to settle down with anyone. There goes again when I stated they don't deal with everybody. So if he comes there, if he's not, an alpha male is going to know if he's going to fool with you for a long term.
So you saying an alpha male is not community dick?
No, that's not what I said. I did not say that.
If they exclusive and they picky, what they want.
I did not. I said they're picky about who they will commit to. They are picky about who they're going to settle down with.
Okay.
They normally don't settle down.
Okay.
Because they have an array of women.
An alpha male.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I said, then again, that's why I'm Charlie. Because back in my days,
catching them Charlie horses.
Catching them Charlie horses with
trying to defeat Goliath.
But then when it comes to one that I deem to be necessary, yeah. But go ahead.
And that's okay. So like I was saying, they are known not to settle down. So they're gonna deal with a lot of different women because they're gonna get pussy thrown at them left and right. From their status, from their social status, from their presence. Just the thing about them is just says, I'm that dude. Same thing with the women. Because as we stated, there are alpha women and there are beta women. These, we normally call the beta women the pick-me women. And I don't like that term very much because I just feel like that's her opinion, those are her views, that's how she sees it. Let her be. As long as she don't come for me. When she come for me, I'm going to beat that ass. Anyway, so
violent.
I'm not violent. I mean, I can beat your ass with words. I can beat your ass with words.
Are you ready to fight somebody?
I can beat your ass with words. We don't
condone that on We Just Talking. We do not condone violence here on this podcast.
I agree. Only 2 of the 17 like to fight. The other 15 agree with you, Q. But there are 2 that will come out. There are 2.
Again, I just said I can fight your ass with words. So, so dating the alpha male, you know, he's gonna pick that one that he's gonna settle with, and then that's gonna be that one. As far as the beta male, people want to say the beta male is not what women want. That's a whole ass lie from according to the statistics. Most women prefer a beta male, and that's because that person is a loyal person. That person is a listener. He's what we were describing earlier. He knows the alpha role. He's going for the mission. He knows the end goal, but he's loyal. He's trusting. He's friendly, and he's not. It's not that he's not, and he's good looking. They say that they're usually good looking, and according to who, but this is a man writing these reports, so I have to understand. They are very desirable beta males, and that's because they're not the low of the totem pole as society is trying to make it seem like they are. They are actually very good lovers. They are actually good friends, those type of things. So there are advantages to dating these type of men, these archetype of men. I just feel like no man should have to say he's alpha or beta. I should feel like he should just let his personality and his presence speak.
Well, that he knows when to step up when the occasion allows for it. Like if it's time for him to step up and stick his chest out and be like, hey, he'll do that. When it's time to chill and sit back and let it ride, he knows how to do that. And he's loyal and he's a good lover and he's a listener and he's a protector and all of those things. He knows what to do when he's supposed to do it. So I kind of like the hybrid situation. In whatever situation he's supposed to lead, he leads with all that confidence like an alpha. In the situation where he's supposed to loyal and step back and let somebody else lead, then I'm okay with that. Because when you look into it, that's why you don't have a lot of men who are able to truly follow other men. Why you end up like losing a lot of men, like in some churches where they don't, because they feel like they're subservient to this man that's a preacher and whatever, however the dynamic in the church is, or in general, how you struggle to have other men truly follow a man. If you have other men truly follow a man, then the dynamic is right, and that's a true alpha and that's a true beta, and they're alphas in their own rights. But depending on the situation, they know when to step back and let this other person lead, because this is their lane and I can follow them because I can trust their vision on this, and I'm just gonna do my part for the team. It's all about ego. I think it just boils down to ego and understanding who you truly are and understanding your strengths and weaknesses and not feeling insecure about it and just performing when you're supposed to perform.
And I think that a lot of what, such as those that followed that gentleman that passed away, you guys have taken, you want to take these alpha and beta role to a different height. You gave it a different height. You gave it a negative connotation versus the connotation that it's supposed to have.
Or just took an opportunity to pick on people.
Yeah, because they couldn't get a woman. Let's just say that some of them could not get the women that they wanted. They couldn't get those alpha women. They couldn't get those type of women. So they wanted to bash it because you didn't have the presence that you wanted to obtain those type of women. You didn't. And some of those women, they were just out your league. I feel like if you stay within your line, like we say, stay within your lane, stay within your league. Baby, if you can't afford her, stay away from her. If she is already living and doing good and she's living here and you still catching the bus, stay your ass over there with the person that catch the bus and y'all build up together. Y'all build up together. Don't be trying to come up here and you still need a bus pass. Cause ain't no bus passes up here. Ain't no bus passes up here. They you know, I'm sorry.
Well, he can meet you in the middle and start getting the Uber. Again,
stay your ass where you belong.
I'm just
this
saying.
ain't it. This ain't it. Stay where you belong. If you stay within your means, that's the same way as living within your means. Date within your means.
And your pool may not have pee in it if you get in the right pool.
Thank you. Stop jumping in other folks' shit with your nasty drawers on. Don't do it. Don't do it. You ain't washed your damn swimsuit in 5 years and you want to jump your ass over here in this expensive ass pool over here. Stay your ass in that kiddie pool. Stay over there with the water faucet. Nope. Do that. Do the little spin. Go over there with your water balloons. Stay over there. Go turn the fire hydrant on or some shit. Stay over there. Stop coming over here in these expensive ass folks' pools. And you ain't clean. You ain't ready for that. Over here with the diving boards and stuff. Stay over there with the fire hydrant and the water hose and the garden sprinklers. Stay over there. Just stay. Stay with him.
It's just going back and forth. You talking about that garlic?
Yup. The one that and you gotta jump through it and you running in the yard and jumping through it.
Oh, shit. Oh.
They over there. Ass at them folks' expensive pools. With the grottos and stuff. You over here, all over here in the rich folks shit. Get your ass back over there. Stay out them folks' neighborhood. You can have fun with the water hose. We did
got
it
no
as kids.
swimming trunks. He diving in khakis.
Hell yeah, using them gym shorts. Them gym shorts that he had. Yup. Mm-hmm. Now don't get me wrong, because everybody knows.
His feet so he can't.
Dirty ass socks. Not dirty.
Socks.
Dirty ass socks. Them socks that he done had on, ain't washed them in 3 weeks. They black as shit. He done walked out outside and can't even bring them in the house because mama don't want them in the house no more. Them socks. Stay away from them. Stay away. Stay away. Now, we've had a great show. The topics have been amazing. We hope you've learned a lot tonight. I hope I gave you all the information. I hope I gave you all the information that you need as far as alpha and beta. I hope everyone takes away from this something that is helpful and useful. And we thank you all for listening.
That's right. Like make sure you plant your leg. Lock it in. That way when it gets to jiggling and she starts throwing it back, you're locked in. You're locked in.
He's telling the truth.
Both
of my co-hosts have told nothing but the truth tonight.
And if your socks keep turning, why you get the ones with the grips
no
on
socks on.
Don't put no
we
socks
complete
on.
naked. We complete naked
Take
around
them
this
socks
part.
off because you be
We ain't
sliding and
nothing
slipping
on.
and sliding.
Put
Don't
some
mess around.
boots on.
No,
Like
nothing.
Mr. Marcus.
If you want some socks,
Lock.
get them slip resistance from the
know
hospital.
who
Put
Mr.
them
Marcus
on.
Or
is.
Jumping World or Urban Air.
Urban
you
Air,
know.
all them. Yeah, that'll help
Because you
out.
can't be hitting this if you an active daddy. So you're gonna have at least one pair of Urban Air socks. You had to been to Urban Air at least once with the kids or something. So after jumping, not just sitting, you out there jumping with the kids. So them
And
socks
every-
work too, but we
The red
naked
flags
around
again.
here.
And you know you Negroes don't go to the doctor, so y'all stay going to the emergency room. Get your pair of socks while you in there.
Or your last baby mama from a hospital bag.
Man, what? Go get
Because them dudes just got a lot going on, quote unquote. They got a baby under 6 months.
Man, what?
Or she's 6 months pregnant, finna have a baby.
Or
They
you
did get
dating
some socks too.
or you dating somebody that's a nurse or that she's, she a CNA at the hospital. Tell her get you some socks.
This has been an interesting episode. Alpha Males, Beta Males, Season 1, Episode 12. We are definitely climbing up here on the numbers.
I know, I'm so excited. We've tripled ourselves.
Yes, we have.
Q, do you know what's gonna be next week? Because you didn't say.
I don't. I'm bullshitting that because it was my birthday weekend. So
Okay. You gonna get it back together?
Yeah. I'm gonna get it right back together here on We Just Talking Podcast, which can be found as always on all major platforms. I don't know why I close my eyes when I do this because I feel like I gotta think about shit. On all major
like you in
platforms. The Google, that's the shit. Oh, the Apple
in love.
Podcast, Google Podcast, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and more. And you can find us on, if you want early access to shit, like, cause I had dropped the link to the video that's out,
Now,
episode 11 on Twitter. And y'all could have watched it a whole 3 days early.
Sure
If you will
did.
follow us on Twitter.
I don't even follow us on Twitter. Let me get it
Either.
together.
Let me see that.
But before I really just end this, hey, did you hear about Joey?
Yeah, Joey Sulipeck. I don't
Fox
like
13 Rosen?
What happened?
Yeah, so he called Draymond Green a knuckle dragger, which essentially is a Neanderthal or just not a smart person. But a lot of people say he told the line, and it's kind of like primate-ish, monkey-ish
Yes, it
referencing. And so because he was defending another black player on the Grizzlies when he said it, but it kind of went left, and he stood on it. He made another tweet after that basically saying I said what I said. And so now Fox 13 is reviewing the situation, and it's not cool for cousin Joey.
Joey Sulipeck, wasn't he the weatherman?
Yeah, Fox 13.
I like
he always
Joey.
say, yeah, we are.
With the bow tie.
Mm-hmm.
Joey, I can understand.
It told the line.
It told the line. It's sad, but y'all gotta watch what you say. Y'all gotta have to watch how you say it. I understand where he came from with it, but he still had to watch how he said that, and because yes, it's offensive to some, not to all.
Yeah, because I wasn't offended. I understood the reference because I don't care for Draymond Green much either as a person.
Me either.
I think he does way too much extra unnecessary stuff. So I recognize where Joey was coming from because he does do a lot of ignorant shit. In my opinion, it's just kind of extra. He just does too much, not on the court, outside of the court, which for me takes away from his ability on the court. And so I get where Joey was coming from, but he told a line, and I understand why people are upset and why it's being put into question and all of that. He definitely told a line with it.
And I'm proud of him for standing on his word, because he was like, it wasn't in there. The comment. You do have to read the full context of things. Mm-hmm. You have to understand the full context of things before taking things out of context.
Yeah.
You know,
we live in a cancel culture so bad. Yeah. And nobody affords anybody any grace. We forget that people, they're on a platform, but they are human at the same time. They have to be mindful because they are on a platform.
He said it though, and we don't know how he meant it or how it was said. But Christy on Twitter replied to Joey. Christy is a white woman. She said, I don't call people knuckle dragging, though, because, well, you know. So even she knew.
Well, hold on now. Some of them understand, but yet they still do what they do. So
right.
Let's not do that.
And I could get, and I take the context either way. But I personally didn't take offense to it. I understood what he was saying.
Yeah. Now see, we're gonna have to have an episode on that because I got so much to say on there on so many things, because so many of them.
You wanna go deep? You wanna go racial?
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to do that.
Episode 12.
Because baby, I'm living in an area where the N-word is free, and I done almost got Jack a couple of times. Because
episode 12, we are going racial.
13.
No, 13. This is episode 12.
13. We are going there. We're going to have that talk. So, because, Joey. Come on now, Joey.
And I love me some Joey.
I love Joey, too.
Damn, Joey.
But it's bigger. Joey. It's bigger than that. He's human, but he has to recognize the platform that he's on. And we also have to self-check and stop putting these people on a pedestal higher than ourselves, because we're all human and we all have slip of tongue and have moments when we might say the wrong thing. We're just not recorded in that.
A slip of tongue I can get, but understand this. Too many of us have allowed so many of them to say it freely and without any repercussion.
Just like this guy said on this video
and
on
it
Twitter.
Still don't make it okay.
We're going to get to that in that episode.
Because here's my thing. I'm finna end this show. Yes, he said it he wasn't at work when he said it, or I don't know, but people was like, well, this was his free time, he can say what he want. The problem is no, when you're on the news, they always put your name and then they tie what you do in your name. So you didn't just say it as on Twitter at Joey Sulipeck. You said it on Twitter at Joey Sulipeck Fox Memphis 13.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So and yes, it took them 2 days for them to put him under investigation to make a statement today. But yeah, you can't do that.
No, Joey, you can't be doing that. You got to watch yourself on that.
Can't do anybody. That didn't fire so many people on CNN and all these tech news platforms for people just saying whatever they think they can say.
Regular Joe folks done got fired for doing stuff like that. What you think? Y'all won't.
Agreed.
But yes, we Just Talking This podcast. Thank you for another great episode. I hope you learned something today. I know I did.
Mr. C.
Yeah, that's why I'm Charlie.
Hey, Charlie.
Charlie.
We're your angels.
We are indeed.
We are your angels.
To be doing sinful things. And we out.